business.
Youth in some ways is an advantage. You can't even pretend that you know what you're talking about because you definitely don't. So you get really good at getting advice from people.
PillPack is setting its sights on fixing the broken pharmacy experience, but that's not all.
We're continually trying to make this an easier and easier process for the customer and ultimately trying to help them be healthier.
Homelessness, one of the nation's most profound issues. According to a 2017 federal study, America's homeless population is on the rise for the first time in a decade. Just over 500,000 people nationwide unable to put a roof over their heads. In Massachusetts, the number of homeless families has more than doubled in 9 years, an increase that's among the highest in the nation. One college student is trying to soften the blow of homelessness by way of a business with a social mission.
After a certain time of the night, shelters close their doors, and if they're not inside by, say, 7 or 8 o'clock at night, they'll be subjected to rain and snow and other elements. So the idea of having a blanket with a waterproof side would provide them some protection from the rain and snow.
Maxwell Perry came up with the idea for Beantown Blankets as part of an entrepreneurship class at Babson College.
For every product, we donate a duplicate product to a homeless shelter in Boston, or if a company's in a different city, to a shelter of their choice.
You might recognize that one-for-one model. Businesses like Tom's Shoes and Warby Parker have found immense success donating a pair of shoes or glasses for every pair purchased. Beantown Blankets is already a hit with corporate customers including Delta and American Airlines, Reebok, Subaru, and Comcast, many ordering hundreds of blankets at a time.
They make really good gifts to give to their employees, as they're a gift that not only is useful, but can also give back.
The beneficiary of Beantown Blankets here in Boston, shelters like the Pine Street Inn and Rosie's Place. Michael Andrick is director of outreach at the Pine Street Inn, which has received 1,000 blankets in just 1 year.
It's just been an incredible partnership and we're very grateful. We use the blankets with our outreach teams in our vans, and the blankets are given out to persons who are sleeping on the streets.
Andrick says it might look simple, but on a brutal winter night, a gift of a blanket can save a life or deepen a relationship.
They act as a vehicle for us to continue to build trust with folks who are sleeping outside and build some rapport with them, so they'll think about some different choices as far as coming inside.
After he graduates, Maxwell plans to grow Beantown Blankets nationwide.
We are working to now expand into New York, Atlanta, and LA, and reach shelters across the U.S. is kind of our goal for this year.
And Beantown Blankets expanded their product line recently, adding fleece-lined beanies and other warm products for all the people. When we come back, more Chronicle ahead.
And it was all about failing forward, failing fast.
The local woman making Moroccan magic.
Here's a motto our next entrepreneur lives by. If at first you fail, try again. And if you fail again, well, you're doing it right. Erica Tarantel discovers the can-do woman behind the product, Moroccan Magic.
Meet Christina Saporis, founder and CEO of the organic lip balm company Moroccan Magic.
A friend ended up sending me a bottle of argan oil, and in Morocco, she let me know it's more commonly used on skin and face. So I said, I feel like America deserves a superior lip balm. So we ended up launching a Moroccan argan oil, an essential oil-based lip balm.
At 33, Sepphoris is reinventing herself for the third time.
I started out my career in Boston as a wedding planner. Realized that I got burnt out very, very quickly. My goal at the time, which I was 23, was to be the best wedding planner in Boston. And then I realized very quickly that the passion wasn't there anymore.
Sepphoris spent the summer in Greece with family, searching for her next business venture. She decided on Greek iced tea.
I decided to make it into a ready-to-drink beverage and see if I could take on the beverage industry. It was going pretty well, and then I brought on a business partner who wasn't a great fit personality-wise. We brought on a board of directors, and I eventually got voted out of the company.
With her second venture down the drain, Sepphoris found inspiration by way of North Face co-founder Kenneth Hap Klopp.
He had written a book, and it was exactly everything I needed to hear at that time. I just decided I'm not going to be the victim. I'm not going to be upset about what happened. Past is in the past. And it was all about failing forward, failing fast.
Which she did. Sepphoris took what she'd learned and looked to the future as she started Moroccan Magic.
It was important for me in this venture to stay self-funded, to have control of where I want to go with the company, and finally got that confidence in myself as an entrepreneur of 6 years to really go and do it.
Some companies sell their argan-based lip balm for upwards of $20. Sepphoris says, no way.
We're buying from the same suppliers. We're putting really, really high quality, high grade, cold pressed organic argan oil. We still, make a great living, but we don't compromise at all with the ingredients. Consumers are really fighting back and wanting to know what's in their products and want to know who's behind the brands, and the big guys aren't getting away with, some of the things that they have been in the past.
Moroccan Magic is found nationally at CVS and at small local shops like the Gift Garden in Milton.
Being authentic, being confident in your product and what you're doing, in your past, your story, everything. I was really honest to the retailers and buyers I was talking to.
And if being the CEO of a growing company isn't enough, Sepphoris is also the president of Boston Businesswomen.
I wanted to meet people in our community, and I attended a lot of events and conferences in town, but it just felt inauthentic to who I am and what I was looking for. So I just started a Facebook group called Boston Businesswomen. I invited all the women who I knew who should really know each other.
Now the group is more than 15,000 members strong and hosts a conference every year.
We have like a no negativity policy, so we take a very different spin on the women's issues today, and we really teach at the core how to be confident. We don't talk politics, we don't talk about negativity. It's really about how to succeed, how to be happy, and why it's so amazing to be a woman in business today.
Sepphoris says her passion keeps her going. Good thing, because Moroccan Magic will be in 20,000 stores this time next year.
I see failure as a really positive thing at this point in my life, because that's when I've learned the most. We have a lot to be excited about. I'm finally today, after 7 years, doing everything I was born and meant to be doing.
And Christina is busy. In fact, while running her company, she also wrote a book, The Busy Girl's Guide to Happiness, detailing the enterprising spirit others recognize. One good example she shares, she was in a frame store with her mom, and the manager offered her a job. She said, thanks, but I'm in the 6th grade. Next, finding a market in the vice business.
I've never had one from a can. Plus, making Boston better for female entrepreneurs.
This is about nurturing young women to believe they're equally capable of taking a risk.
Is Massachusetts a tough place for female entrepreneurs? A recent national survey put the state near the bottom in its support for women-owned businesses. Erica found plenty of moves underway to change that perception.
As Boston as it gets, Samuel Adams, the revolutionary, right by a sign of the city's tech evolution, a SUFA sign.
It's really about sustainable cities, social cities, and smart cities.
Sandra Richter, Jutta Friedrichs, and Nan Zhao teamed up 4 years ago with a bold mission.
Bring technology into the public realm in a way that is useful.
First, they built the SUFA Bench, meant to be a social stop for charging devices powered by solar energy. Then came the sign.
It's almost like more like a social media platform.
Also powered by the sun, content can be changed anytime, uploaded like a social media post. Perfect for promoting things like businesses, events, or offering real-time transit information. The signs are now up in 75 U.S. cities.
We really want to be where there is an emerging neighborhood, where there is both a need from economic development as well as a need to really bring people together.
SUFA was born at MIT's Media Lab. MIT Sloan School of Management professor Fiona Murray says female entrepreneurs tend to be impact-oriented.
They want to make a difference. And that doesn't mean that they're starting not-for-profits, they're starting for-profit businesses, but focus on big, important challenges. If you look at the numbers around things like patenting and intellectual property, Boston does quite well in terms of the number of female inventors relative to the whole of the United States.
But there are still disparities when compared to their male counterparts.
A place where we often see a gap is in women stepping up and actually creating really innovation-driven enterprises, companies that really have significant growth potential that can create a lot of jobs and really have a global impact. Those often require very deep technical skills, and until quite recently there hasn't been as much parity of women trained in engineering, computer science, the life sciences. We're increasingly seeing that parity today.
Funding can also be a real challenge. According to the City of Boston, while women make up